Allegations levied against him are all false and in bad faith. And I say so because you watched in your sister stations, maybe including your own, where there are 4 men led by Silvanus, Honorable Silvanus, from the Omuma angle, where they came out and said that, look, we have decided to withdraw our signature from the process of impeachment. Reason because we have been called by leaders both from River State and outside the state, and people applauded them. The next minute, they came back to say that we need to continue because people are abusing us on social media. The question is, who is not being abused on social media? The most abused governor in Nigeria is His Excellency Simalala Ifubara, because of his peaceful disposition that people are taking advantage. Not because the leaders and the powers of the governor has changed. It is still descending in the constitution. We saw how powerful the last administration was, but he decided to be in the side of the people. So for us, there are more series to be written, more script to be written, and more to be acted. But Rivers people believe that these young men are not acting in their own volition. They are, as far as I'm concerned, I don't want to use derogatory words, but I've challenged the spokesman of the House to face me on public challenge or public debate. Let me bring up documents in case they want to deny. I'll bring up documents that showed the company they nominated that they used through to collect the money. I was listening to one of the assembly member from Ichi, one of the constituency there, who was trying to justify, according to him, he was saying that the money was supposed to be 1 billion naira, and now they were giving 350 million. And I dare them, including the speaker, to come and point out to Rivers people what he has done that what 350 million naira, talk more of their expectation. You see, the problem we have in Rivers State is that because the governor has decided to keep quiet and play by the rules of engagement, people are taking advantage of his peaceful disposition. I know even me that is responding to issues, governor is not so much happy about it. The reason is that there is no point. He believes that we are supposed to be one family, one people, and that what is utmost is the dividend of democracy and, delivering on the promises of electionary campaign that he made, other than this drama of this different series that we are watching. If we follow up the points that we had used, okay, let me clear this fact. They ran away from the major issue. Recall that the state of emergency ended 12 a.m. on the 17th, breaking 18th, when the governor was recalled. And assembly members who also sat on the 18th morning that the state of emergency was lifted, other than reflecting on our losses, because if you ask me, I will say that we have retrogressed over 10, 15, 20 years backward, because 6 months in the lifespan of a 4-year term administration is very huge for me. I was thinking that they will come to reflect, count on our losses, put their house together, work together with the governor, and proceed to bring out dividend of democracy to our people. What did they do? They started with their usual ultimatum. Today, we are directing His Excellency the governor submit his list of commissioners and bring appropriation bill. And as far as I can remember, as a human resources manager, I know that it is the management and the head of administration, in this case, the chief accounting officer is the governor. And that if his administration needs more fund, he's the one that will approach the assembly and ask for a supplementary budget. Now they went to a meeting where Martina Mehule and Major Jack raised the issue of submission of supplementary budget, and that because the interest of assembly was not captured in the budget that was submitted by a Basete, that was passed by National Assembly and assented by His Excellency the President. And the governor said, no, there is no point. We are in November. By December 2025, I will be bringing up an appropriation bill. All interest will be captured, including his own. And they say no. And because he refused, every other thing he has done became unlawful. The question is, if we actually insist that a supplementary budget must be presented, is it the responsibility of the lawmakers to ask for supplementary budget, or the responsibility of the chief accounting officer, in this case the governor, to approach them and submit a supplementary budget. It means that there is more to it. Maybe in the course of this program, we'll begin to let loose issues. But for us, we are not perturbed. We are not worried. A few days ago, you heard a governor in Polo Club calling on investors to come and invest in Rivers State because we are peaceful. The only thing you are seeing is an artificial orchestration made by people. Artificial man-made politics. The drum that is beating when the referee has not blown the whistle is unnecessary. And again, if you also follow them up, you have heard the name. You heard former senator from Eleme Olako in several televisions where he said that the governor agreed that he will not run for second term. And the question is, who entered the agreement with the governor? Or who has the governor told, even including myself, that he wants to run second term? Because the bell has not been rung.
We'll come to all of that. Good opener. We'll come to all of that. Let me turn to the former speaker. Because he's very familiar with lawmaking and he has been at the helm of affairs at the Assembly. Former speaker, are you still there?
Yes.
All right. Okay. You are very familiar with legislative matters. In fact, you can tutor us as we're here. You have been Speaker of that House. Is it the 7th or 8th Assembly or so?
7th Assembly.
7th Assembly, sir. All right. Thank you for the correction. So the question I want to ask you is that why is the Assembly suddenly so keen on passing a budget? Is it not the same Assembly when the governor approached them, they locked him out?
Well, the budget in question, I think, has been passed by the National Assembly when they were suspended. So I believe that there's an existing budget. Then that budget is for 2025-2026. And then for now, that budget is still, is okay. So he can work with that budget until that is expected. It is him, the governor, that will come up with another budget, maybe the 2026 budget. And the House, for me, does not have the right to force him to bring the budget to the House. When the budget, if he has prepared the budget, when the budget is ready, he will bring it to the House as an appropriation bill. And then first reading will be taken, second reading will be taken, then they will finally pass the budget after third reading. So I believe that for now, there is no need for them to ask for another budget when there is an existing budget.
All right. Why is the Assembly accusing the governor of spending unappropriated money when, in the real fact, they collected $350 million and SUV car worth over 200 billion. What budget did they rely on before receiving those largesse?
Honestly, I can't answer that question because I don't know. I've not seen any facts. I've not even seen a proof that they've collected that from the
former administrator,
the sole administrator, the former sole administrator. If I don't know on whose initiative they collected that, on whose authority that they collected that, I don't want to speak on that because I'm not aware of it. I don't know anything about it. So.
Okay, let me ask you this question, Right Honorable. What are the chances of Governor Fubara surviving this impeachment threat? Because the Assembly, the Chief Judge has been directed by Amewule and his Assembly.
Even Obi went through that process. So I don't see anything wrong with that. But my worry is when you use this power vested on you to blackmail, harass, intimidate, which hunt the government, then it is not right. If you recall, within 3 years, the House have passed, have sent the governor 3 impeachment notices. And for me, it is not necessary. It is not necessary. Because there is no cogent fact or fact that you will say this is it. The allegations for me are not, I want it. But you cannot say because it's water, it cannot pass through the process. I like to pass the process. But I would advise that for the interest of the state, the assembly members should have a rethink. This issue can be resolved amicably.
Okay. Now, I was going to ask you pinpointedly, what are the chances of Governor Fubara surviving this impeachment threat? You were a speaker before. Yes. Here is a speaker.
That's what I'm saying.
For
me, I believe that he will survive it because, my own opinion, the allegations are watery. So if it's found,
but you are saying they are watery. They are saying it's weighty.
So the panel will decide, not them will decide, not the assembly that will decide. It is the panel that will look into the allegation, that will tell us whether it's weighty or it's watery.
But the High Court sitting in Oyibo has temporarily halted the investigation as the Assembly directed the Chief Judge to carry out. What do you make of that?
The court order should be obeyed. I believe, of course, our Chief Judge is a learned man. He knows the law better than us. I'm not a lawyer, so he will know what to do.
All right, Right Honorable Speaker, you may also hold on while I turn to Dr. Oji, who is live in the studio with me. All right, so Dr. Oji, can it be that the Chief Judge is either compromised or complicit in this matter if he doesn't set up an investigative panel?
It would be very wrong if I say yes or no. The Chief Judge is the Chief Law Enforcement Officer of the state and understands what either a judgment, an order, or a ruling of a court is. In this case, it is often said whether a judgment, order, or injunction is properly made or not, it ought to be obeyed until it's been vacated. And for us, like we said, so many people, like the assembly members, have relied on section 18810, where it is said that no court can stop impeachment proceedings. Yes, no court can stop impeachment proceedings, but when the processes that are leading to the impeachment is suspicious, it's not transparent, the man that is being accused, in this case, the governor and the deputy governor, has a right to go to court to say, please come and clear XYZ before you either proceed or you will not proceed. The reason that so many courts in the land has ruled, including the Supreme Court, has held that in impeachment process, the defendant, in this case the governor and the deputy governor, must be served in person, and have obtained several impeachment that has happened in this country based on this fact. And these are men that, according to them, sat on the 8th and claimed that they have served the governor on the 9th. And as at night, governor was not in town. Governor was outside Nigeria. His passport will show, the ticket he bought will show. Every other person knows that governor was not in Nigeria as at 9th of January. But they claim they served him. I don't know whether it was his spirit that they served and all of that. And by the way, like my senior friend said, that impeachment is a process. Now, even though they sat and issued an impeachment notice to the governor, assuming without conceding that the governor received such a process. Now, the governor has 14 days. That's a recommendation of the Constitution. The governor has 14 days within which to respond to them. Now, after the expiration of the 14 days, whether the governor has responded or not, the assembly will go to the next stage, which is, through one-third, a bit two-third majority of the House. Then they can now convey that message to the Chief Judge. But in this case, they sat on the 8th. According to them, they served him notice on the 9th. And 6 days later, they sat. not allowing the constitutional provision to run through. That's why I say they are not acting in their own volition. And there is series of, and that's why they are making a lot of mistakes. Because a man that has 14 days, according to the specification of the Constitution, to respond to you, 6 days later, after you claim that you have served him, you now met to reconvey and has a not to empower the chief judge of the state to set up a panel. That's breaching the right of the man already. That's why we went to court to say, look, there are gray areas that needs clarification. Not that they are stopping the process, that there are gray areas. If those gray areas are not properly addressed, okay, and if the court agrees with us that there are misgivings in some of those areas, then it means that the process will be stalled. So for us, I don't see the hasty nature in what they are doing. It's not that one man wants to be a governor of Rivers State through, and he does not want to go through the ballot papers. He wants to be by fire, by force, because if you see the level of whenever the speaker is speaking, Martin Amehuli, if you see the animosity and the anger in him, you see a man that is like, a few people are stopping me from taking the red biro. I'm very close to the red biro and I'm being stopped. So, and I must take it. And if you must take it, 2027 is by the corner. Come to the ballot. Rivers people will decide which way to go. So for me, the process is already dead. It didn't meet the normal requirements. And we believe as lawmakers, they are not lawbreakers. They must join and respond to and obey the lawsuit. At the end of the day, whatever position the court takes will abide.
Don't forget the chief judge has been directed to sort of a panel to investigate the supposed misconduct and all of that. Are you saying that if the chief judge should not go ahead to set up?
No, you should convince me that the ruling or the injunction given by a court of competent jurisdiction is lesser in power than the assembly members. So if you say so, that the assembly can overrule the court, then I will agree with you. So otherwise, there is nothing wrong in obeying. Like I said, what are you in a hurry?
Some have argued that in the issues of legislative matters, the court should not intrude or something.
No, it is not correct. That's why I told you. That was what Ten said. But again, I've told you that several courts, including the Supreme Court, has held that, one, the service of impeachment proceeding must be in person, one-on-one. You must serve the man, that in this case, the governor, and the deputy governor.
He must not paste it on his office.
No, you cannot paste it anywhere. Supreme Court said so.
So where did they bring it? Where did they take it?
I don't know. They will start, it's them that will answer. I'm not speaking for them. I'm saying that the governor was not even served.
But he said he received a love letter.
No. No. Listen to what he was saying. Yes. He was talking to his friend, the president of Polo Club, and he said, "I don't know why. Each year you invite me for your program, there will be something that will happen in the state. Last year I was supposed to come. I thought that was the end of my trouble, and we had one. And this year I was supposed to come before daybreak. I was served a love letter. What is love letter? Love letter and impeachment letter is not the same. And who is he referring to? Did he mention any person is referring
love
to?
Letter
the governor has the right.
Listen,
the governor should not be serious at all times. Sometimes they try to joke with your people so that they will be free.
Okay. Right, Honorable, go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Okay. If you look at the letter they wrote to him, technically, that letter was not addressed to him. It was addressed to Rwanda.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you saw it. It was everywhere.
Yes, sir.
A madam. Which is the madam?
No, we don't have a female governor. We have a male governor.
Maybe they are passing through the deputy.
So
right, Honorable, the deputy is a madam. The deputy governor is a madam.
Technically, not the finger not the sample. Because it's not probably addressed to him. So it was not the one that they sent that impeachment notice.
Maybe, right, Honorable, maybe that it was addressed to the deputy governor, who is a madam.
No, I saw the two letters. She has her own letter, then addressed to her.
Okay, the one addressed to the governor is madam.
Madam.
Oh, really?
As to his madam.
Oh, really?
So you can say that the letter was not addressed to him. He's not the one.
Oh, really?
And then they have to, it means they have to resend the letter to him, and then the process will begin from, will start from the beginning. But I believe that the chief judge will interpret the court order and then do the needful.
It's okay, right, Honorable. Thank you. Dr. G, why is it that only when the Assembly attempts to impeach the governor that it gets involved personally? The other time I checked was when he marched to the Assembly and it was water-gunned. Now he's in court. Why does he wait for the opponents to shoot first?
Well, do you expect the governor to wake up in the morning when there is no issue, approach the court, stop assembly?
No, there have been a series of intractable issues.
No. You see, that's why I told you that the politics of Simelala Ifubara, His Excellency, is a new dawn in Rivers State. This is a man that waits all the powers vested on him by the Constitution. Yet, I've refused to use it, to deal decisively with our people. What we used to know in Rivers State is every governor becomes so powerful to the extent that even your opponents cannot survive. We saw things that happened in the past in this state. But this man have said, yes, I have powers, but it is not to intimidate my people. My powers is to bring more profit and development to our people. See, if you take a view, overall view of what is happening, you see the last administration, one of the things that projected that administration was, it was everywhere because I was always around, flyover 1, flyover 2, flyover 10, and all of that for 8 years. And yes, and people celebrated it. I was one of those that applauded it and all of that. As I speak to you now, today, as of today, if you put all the roads His Excellency the governor is doing and the flyovers in them within 2 years running, plus the crisis, is more than 13. But this is a man that does not believe in public show and all of that. Even when he will do a road, I asked him, Excellency, can we put it in commissioning? At least let's use it as showcase. He said, this is reverse money, and we are using it for reverse money. Are you not shocked that this is a man that came and met an internally generated revenue of 12 billion as declared? And he sat after 1 month and he declared to reverse people that your IGR is 27 billion. The reverse people must celebrate such a person. He would have as well kept the difference in his pocket and it will run through. But he said, no, reverse money is for reverse people. And that is why go to Trans-Calabari Road and see what he's doing. Go and see the kind of developmental impact he is making on the people of Rivers State. Today, as I speak to you today, the Commissioner of Employment Generation is holding a meeting with almost all the companies in Rivers State, asking for our people to gain employment so that youth restiveness will be dropped to the barest minimum, even though we know it cannot be completely wiped out. So this is a man that believes in Rivers State. Let me tell you, if not that Fubara is interested in the development of Rivers State, he would have had enough excuse to give. But just oppose what has happened now to the past administrations over the years since 1999, you will see that it's in another level. So if you have left him, to concentrate, he would have been completely in another level of politics. Because this is a man, nobody, and my leader there can, contradict me. Nobody has won Rivers State government to become the governor of Rivers State, has won 15 local governments before. But this man won the 23 local governments. That's the level of his acceptability. This is a man that came without no follower, according to what they said, no structure. And he came, everybody's his structure, me, I'm his structure. The structure are the people. And that's why we are saying, don't bother. If you feel you have everything, if the people feel they have everything, the people fighting him. He has no connection, he has no structure, he has no local government chairman, he has no board members, no parastatals, no commissioner, no, everything he doesn't have. But he has the people. And the people will stand by him. And again, they are saying, don't contest election. Has he told any person he wants to contest? These are the fears. You heard over the years, the structure was the problem. Fubara has destroyed the structure. Today, what we are hearing is that agreement is agreement. Why not they show the people the agreement? I was watching a supposedly distinguished senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, distinguished Senator Olako Owogo, who has ordinarily turned to a T-boy. A T-boy has turned, yes, he's a T-boy. Yes, I dare him to come and showcase Rivers people what he did when he was a senator. No, he's a T-boy because if you watch him disparage the governor on the media, then you will know that he's actually a T-boy. And we are taking it on that line.
No,
because we expect people at that level to be decorous in nature when they are talking to His Excellency the Governor.
Yeah,
even if you don't respect the Governor, even if you are the elder brother to the Governor, the office of the Governor must be respected at all times. You can't come to social media and you disparage the man, you come to television and you deserve respect.
Dr. J, I agree with you that
they are lucky because they have the kind of governor we have, where if you talk, he will call you to order. You say, no, I don't want crisis, I want us to work together. That's why these people will be doing what they are doing.
Dr. J will go on break. I quite agree with you that it will be unfair to disparage the governor wherever you find yourself. But the man in question you're talking about, I don't know if he's a T-boy, he's a senator, a former senator. And a senator is forever a senator.
No, he cannot be a messenger of death. That's what he has presumed himself to be.
All right, former Speaker, sir, are you with us?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just go on a short break. And when we return, both of you will tell Rivers people why the president of this country is silent on the crisis bedeviled Rivers State. Why is he taking to sit on the fence? Won't the fence tear his trouser or his agbada? We'll get to find out all of these details when we return from the break. Stay with us.
Stewardship with SNB. Stewardship with SNB. Stewardship with SNB. Stewardship with SNB.
All right, if you have just joined us, the program is Stewardship with SNB, and I'm being joined again by two gentlemen who have been doing well on this subject matter, the impeachment saga in Rivers State. First is Dr. Darlington Oji. He's a special advisor to the governor on political affairs. And the other, who has been talking to us over the phone, is the former Speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Otelemba Danamakri. Gentlemen, welcome to the program again.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much.
All right, Mr. Speaker, I should address you, Mr. Speaker, because a speaker is forever a speaker. So also a senator is forever a senator. So, Mr. Speaker, former Speaker, why is it that Mr. President is silent, is sitting on the sidelines to watch Rivers State burn? The governor is now his party man. The governor deserves to be protected in the eyes of pundits, political watchers. Why is he silent over this matter?
Thank you. Mr. Solomon, I don't think the president is silent on this issue.
But he's
As
not
a
talking.
father,
He's not talking.
as a father, he has to look at the whole issue. Always together. Yeah. Well, he is an old man, so he will look at the problem or at the issue with the eyes of an old man. So you don't expect him to say anything, but definitely, I know that he will say something.
No,
He might not come out in the open to say anything.
no, right,
But
right, honorable. I quite disagree with your submission that because he's an old man, he has to watch very well and all of that. I disagree with you. Now take it from this point of view.
Okay.
The governor is an APC governor. Mr. President is an APC president. And I said earlier on that he deserves to be protected by the party and by the president by extension. The president
That's what I'm telling you.
Why would the president allow another party man to slander the governor of Rivers State on the screens of television, on national TV and national radio? This is what we're asking. They say party is supreme. I am your friend.
Good.
I am your friend and brother. Why are you allowing outsiders to attack me? That's the question.
Good. Yeah, don't also forget that the assembly members too are APC members. So
Yeah,
it's a family.
loyal to
Loyal
the FCT minister.
I don't know.
Yeah, they are.
In APC, and party is supreme. Look, party is supreme. At the right time, I'm telling you that the party will even come into this matter. Because right now, the governor and the members of the assembly belong to APC. So APC will come up with or will provide a solution to the issue. That I know very well that they will do it. So it's not something that we should be scared about or afraid of. You know.
All right, let me turn to Dr. G. Dr. G, considering the influence of Rivers State in the South and the possible spread of this conflict to the neighboring states, would you say the APC made a mistake admitting Martin Amewule and his assembly colleagues into the APC?
First, I think there is a trending letter on social media now that my attention was called to. It's like the Chief Judge has responded to assembly members.
Okay.
And, Chief Judge, like I told you earlier, is the Chief Law Enforcement Officer in Rivers State. And I think what I can gather from the letter he wrote to the assembly now is on social media, is that there is an injunction before him, and he has a letter, and he ought to obey the law.
Okay, that's breaking
news. So
breaking news.
That takes care of that one until we finish the procedures.
Okay.
But again, you asked whether it was a mistake that they are members of APC. You see, I've been trying to manage my words. You are from this state, you live in this state, you are in this state. Martin Amewule was a former leader of the Ninth Legislative Assembly at the time during the former government. And recall that my leader here will correct me that most of the bills or the business of the day is always pushed by the leader of the house. All the laws that were made by the previous administration that was propagated and pushed by Martin Amewule within 2 months were all repealed, meaning that he deliberately made bad laws for Rivers people just to satisfy himself or whomever that he wants to satisfy. That's one. Number two, are they really members of APC who want to destroy his own home, who want to destroy his own house?
Were the laws repealed or amended?
Hello, I didn't get that.
What the laws are repealed or amended? What laws are you referring to?
No, it was repealed. It was repealed. All the laws, several laws they made.
Okay.
We are all, including, remember that before, what we used to have is that when government awards job, they will pay the contractor 70% because of inflation rate in Nigeria. You understand? So that the contractor will go at least 70% into the project. Even if you are asking for variation, now it will be minor. You understand? And
yes.
And they repealed it and returned it back to 30% just to suffer the government. And that is what is happening. And that's why I told you that if not that the governor is a prudent manager of the resources of Rivers people, maybe we would have gotten it in a very bad light. But having said that, you asked, are they members of APC? Who will be the house and destroy his own home? If truly, these are men, I told you it's Rivers of Assembly of Drama. It's someone they defended. They were received by Tony Okocha. The same men came back and said they never defended. That was why when they said they defended again, people weren't taking them serious. Because they wouldn't know. I don't know where they belong. Because if they are really members of our party, they won't be acting in this line. So they won't go headlong.
So let me ask this question.
Excuse me, sir. You ought to complain. The party has an internal mechanism that they will explore before it to get to this point. But these are men that are not acting in their evolution, and different series of dramas they've acted have shown that this man, just one phone call from the source of their strength, will kill all this matter. Because they have not been called to order. And now you ask, is the president, I heard you say so, is the president keeping aloof? No, my brother. What the governor knows, I don't know. What the governor sit down and see, as I stand in an Iroko or climb Iroko tree, I won't know. You understand? Because I know he knows so much. And he that is administering services to the people of Rivers State has told, including investors, to come, that Rivers is peaceful. So he knows more than I know. So for me, we are not worried, we are not perturbed. It's a process. At the end of the day, let me tell you what will happen. Because I tell everybody, it's not about Simelala Fubara. It's about an artificial dynasty that is to be built in River State. We have people like us who has gone to school. You won't have a say. Your children will not have a say. We need to serve somebody and serve his children, because people have been positioned, and where they will, begin to decide the fate of men. So, including any person that is clapping hand today, we cry tomorrow. But I know that God in heaven will not allow this.
Your party, this question also goes to the Right Honorable Speaker, who is over the phone. Is the APC desperate in admitting people into its fold, considering the fact that this same Ameule and his people denied the party after, declaring that they were now APC members? They later denied in court that they didn't declare as party men. Is the APC desperate? Mr. Speaker, you may answer that question.
Okay, there is this popular slogan that in politics there is no permanent friend, no permanent enemy, permanent interest. So if they are denying,
I keep denying you while you keep admitting me.
If you think that you have common interest, and you can see,
be admitting.
Admit that, yes. After all, they said you can die with the devil. You can die with the devil with a long spoon. And so that is it. What I know is that, since between 2013 and 2015, River State was APC state. Now, from 2015 to 2023, it was PDP state. Up to 2025 was PDP state. Now, it is now APC state. So APC will not just let this state flip from there. So I still believe that they will prefer solution to this issue.
Dr. G.
And like I said, nobody is above the party. The party is supreme. If you don't agree, when they come in and then you say no, you're not in there, they will kick you out of the party.
All right, Right Honorable Speaker, thank you so much for that submission. Let me just ask this question to Dr. G. Can the impeachment saga be connected to the APC, the next month's APC congresses? Amewule and his boys are afraid or scared that they may not get tickets, the return tickets or something?
Well, the tickets are not in my hand. Neither do I know whether that is the major intent. Where we stand now is to condemn what is wrong, that the processes they are taking is wrong, and thank God with the kind of chief judge we have, and he has also gone further to stabilize and allay fears that people are already entertaining. Remember that the 7 days, according to them, will be expiring tomorrow. And thank God for this letter, because a lot of people, we are neither here nor there, do not know what to believe. But this will go a long way in settling some of the levels of legal issues. Now, whether they will get ticket or not lies in the people of their constituents and members of the party or the leadership of the party. Because like I told you, that at the end of the year, that your tenure, when you want to seek for re-election, you point to the people what you have done. The only thing Martin Amewule can celebrate today that he has done is that he has served the governor of River State 3 times impeachment notice. That's the only thing and that is not why his people sent him there. They sent him to impart on the people of his constituency, especially in Ward 1 people in Origobia local government where he comes from. What is your impact in that area? This is a man that Chidoke who has dominated and sent away as far as grassroots politics is concerned. And you want to become governor, not through the ballot. You want to become governor through by imposition and man-made crisis that is happening. So at the end of the day, tickets will be decided by the people. And you will tell us what you did with the one they gave to you. And especially now that it's in the public domain. I've accused them, and I'm using this your platform to challenge them to a public debate to come and deny. My leader said he's not aware, maybe he haven't seen. I'm in government, and I'm speaking authoritatively, and I have evidences to prove to them. If they dare deny, they cannot. I know that the qualities of a honorable member is to stand by the truth. But events are shown over the time that they are neither here nor there. But in any case, I will only appeal to them, even through this media, to say that Rivers State has a lot to do. Rivers State has suffered so much, ranging from the crisis of the Rivers State House of Assembly, not on their own volition, maybe because they do not understand, maybe because they do not have a mind of their own, but to please retrace their footsteps and come back, profile more better, laws that will help in making sure that the governor succeed in, succeeding and providing the electoral promises he made to the people. Other than this, 1 week we are fighting, the other week. This fight started second month of the lifespan of this administration, and all through we have been in one trouble or the other. In fact, in my quiet time when I pray for His Excellency the Governor, because he has seen a lot of things. But because he's dedicated, and he will say that Rivers people will not listen to the complaint and distraction, that's why he's also going extra mile to make sure that he deliver on the promises he has made to people. And I can tell you on the project tour, there is no local government as we speak today that you not see his signature. People will not remember that this fight started about 2 to 3 months of his tenure in 2023. Correct. When a man has not sat very well, when a man is not settled, and crisis all over, why will you all now go and trace the crisis in Rivers State from 2015 till date? So why will it be the same thing at all time? So my plea is that let them, come back. Let us build Rivers State together, make a good loss for our people, so that when they leave office, whatever thing they have done in the offices, we speak for them tomorrow. Because that is what the governor will always say, that he wants to leave Rivers State where he can walk with his shoulders high and his children can open any door and go through.
Right.
Sorry, I think the network.
Okay, no problem. We're connected back again. All right, we're still talking about the impeachment saga in the state. We got a breaking news from the special advisor to the governor on political affairs that the chief judge of the state has replied to the request made by Amiwili Assembly that he will obey the court order, the high court sitting in Oyigbo. He will obey that court order not to go ahead with the investigation. That's breaking news for us as far as Rstv is concerned. So let's get back to conclusion. In the event that, okay, first let me ask you, it was Tony Okocha, the state APC chairman, who said that the national chairman ordered him to register Governor Fubara as 001. You are in government. What is the relationship with Governor Fubara and the APC chairman? Because Governor Fubara is an APC governor.
Braid, I don't want to believe that you are not in this state.
No, I'm asking you because
I'm coming. I'm leveraging on you.
Yes.
I'm taking you as my anchor point now. I don't want to believe that you are not in this state, because if you are in this state and you know the antics of Tony Okocha, the chairman of APC Rivers State, as far as I'm concerned, because he's recognized by the national body, so he's the chairman of APC. Tony Okocha would have issued more than 10 official statements before today. The question is, what is holding him? That you have a governor as a chairman, you have a governor, and your house is threatened. Not even one statement. Yeah, not even a push, not even a call. My dear brother, I don't want to speak for him. You can invite him to